At the gathering for the second China Central Asia Summit in Astana, President Xi Jinping took a group photo with the leaders of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. That was before President Xi Jinping delivered a keynote speech that highlighted both progress made and a forward-looking blueprint for cooperation between China and the 5 Central Asian countries. President Xi noted that over the past 2 years, trade between China and Central Asia has grown by 35%. Major infrastructure projects such as the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan Railway have officially launched. Additional progress has been made on the China-Kazakhstan Railway link, the second phase of the China-Tajikistan Highway, and expanded freight rail services. The Trans-Caspian International Transport Route has also been upgraded. China is increasingly importing agricultural products such as honey, fruit, wheat, and poultry from Central Asia, while exporting new energy vehicles, photovoltaic panels, and high-tech equipment. Cooperation has expanded into digital economy, green industries, artificial intelligence, and cross-border e-commerce, which are becoming new engines of growth. Xi described the core guiding principle for regional relations as the China-Central Asia spirit, defined by mutual respect, mutual trust, mutual benefit, and mutual assistance. He called for its continued preservation as the foundation for shared modernization and regional stability. Looking ahead, Xi proposed 5 key areas of cooperation. First, he urged the 6 nations to strengthen political trust and adopt a new treaty of good neighborliness, friendship, and cooperation, which was signed during the summit. The treaty legally enshrines long-term friendship and represents a landmark in regional diplomacy. Second, he emphasized optimizing the cooperation framework with a focus on results and integration. The years 2025 and 2026 have been designated the years of high-quality development of China-Central Asia cooperation, with priorities in trade facilitation, green mining, agricultural modernization, and digital infrastructure. China will set up 3 new cooperation centers on poverty reduction, education exchange, and desertification control, and launch a smooth trade cooperation platform. To support these initiatives, China will provide 1.5 billion yuan in grants this year and offer 3,000 training opportunities over the next 2 years to help Central Asian partners improve livelihoods and build human capital. Third, Xi proposed a regional security framework to promote peace and solidarity. He pledged support for Central Asian countries to modernize their defense and law enforcement sectors while expanding cooperation in counterterrorism, anti-extremism, cybersecurity, and biosafety. Projects such as safe city networks, joint exercises, and coordinated training will be launched. Xi also emphasized cooperation on Afghanistan, urging joint efforts to support peace, reconstruction, and development in the neighboring country. Fourth, Xi stressed the importance of deepening people-to-people connectivity. He called for enhanced exchanges among legislatures, political parties, youth, media, and think tanks. China plans to offer more scholarships, increase academic programs in Central Asian languages, and expand vocational training to support talent development in the region. He also called for greater subnational cooperation through sister city programs and grassroots-level exchanges, saying such efforts are key to heart-to-heart connections among the peoples of the region. Fifth, Xi reiterated China's support for a fair and equitable international order, opposing unilateralism and hegemonism. He called for joint efforts to defend the post-World War II international system centered on the United Nations and to promote a multipolar world and inclusive globalization. Xi reminded leaders that Chinese and Central Asian peoples stuck together in times of adversity and should continue defending peace and justice in the current era. As China pursues its own path of modernization and national rejuvenation, Xi stressed that it will remain open to the world and committed to high-quality, inclusive cooperation with its Central Asian neighbors. In response to President Xi's speech, leaders of the 5 countries expressed a strong desire to deepen comprehensive cooperation with China. They voiced their commitment to expanding trade and investment and advancing high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. The Central Asian leaders highlighted key areas of closer partnership, including industries, agriculture, science and technology, infrastructure, new energy, and regional connectivity. They also agreed to work with China to enhance regional security cooperation and expand people-to-people exchanges in culture, education, and tourism. The five leaders also reaffirmed their commitment to free trade and a multilateral trading system to defend international fairness and justice together. Chinese President Xi Jinping and leaders of the five Central Asian countries have signed the Astana Declaration of the Second China-Central Asia Summit and the Treaty of Permanent Good Neighborliness and Friendly Cooperation. The Chinese president, along with the Central Asian leaders, also witnessed the inauguration of the three cooperation centers and a trade facilitation platform within the China-Central Asia Cooperation Mechanism.